What's up, y'all? Welcome into the Wombo Combo Show. My name's Ben Kepler. We got some new technology today. Okay? We got a new camera. We're real excited about that. We do have some pretty bad weather coming in though. So we're a little bit worried about the weather today. We're gonna be moving and grooving through the show this afternoon. What's up, everybody joining in? We are going to go ahead and do a round one mock draft as we get towards the season. We haven't had a lot going on yet, right? It's kind of in that middle stretch here where we've got baseball starting, we've got basketball ending. So right now the football world is kind of slow. Biggest news that's on the radar for today is Steelers did announce that Aaron Rodgers will make his decision before or moments before is really how they worded it, before the draft. So that's going to be one of the things that we're going to be looking forward to as a Steeler fan myself, to see whether Aaron Rodgers is going to be the answer in 2026. But for the time being, let's pop into a round one mock draft here. Going to do every single team. I will take your guys' advice as we go along. If you've got anything you want to join and add in on, Terry, what is up, my dude? Hopefully the new camera looks splendid for you because we're just getting used to it still. We got a lot of programs running on the computer right now. So hopefully they're all working how they're supposed to. You guys can hear me, see me, all those things. Perfect, brother. Glad to see it. Guys, if you're on YouTube, what's up? Hope you're having a great day. You're getting a little bit of the wider screen version. If you guys turn your phone sideways, you get a wider version of it too. We're going to do every single team, though. We're just going to break through the round one, though. We're just going to do the first round of this. Like I said, bad weather today. Any minute now, there's tornado warnings for 7:30. So I'm trying to get the show in, hang out with you guys, but also not burn my whole entire studio system down. Let's get jumping into it. First, we obviously have the Raiders. This is going to be easy, dudes. Raiders is simple dimple. There ain't much going on with the Raiders other than we know they're taking Fernando Mendoza with the number one pick. Coming up for the Jets, I mean, the more that we get into this draft, the more it's like, or into this offseason, the more it's like, what are the Jets doing? Like 9 billion, like literally 9 billion old people were assigned to their team. Do you think Reese? I think Reese could be the answer too, just because they got the guy from the Saints. I don't know why his name's escaped me. Demario Davis. They do have Demario. Maybe he'll come up, teach Arvell Reese some stuff. I do like that pick there, Terry, going with the Jets and them taking Arvell Reese. Coming in third, hear me out. I really think that they could still take Jeremiah Love here. I really do. I don't know why I feel it in my bones that they could go Jeremiah Love. They got a new head coach down there, new basically everything for the Arizona Cardinals. He's an offensive guy, so you would assume maybe he would go offensive in this situation. But to be completely honest, it's the Cardinals, and I think they're building from the outside in. So I'm thinking the tackle. Yeah, I see in the comments here, Terry says, but the tackle. Yeah, I think they honestly go with the tackle in this situation. They went tackle 2 years ago early in the draft. I think that they are going to go tackle again. Pink, what up, homie? You have not missed much. We just started new camera. A little bit shorter of a show today because there's a weather advisory that's supposed to come up in about 45 minutes. So we're going to get it in. As always, guys, we'll be live in the Discord hanging out after the show today. Make sure you check out the Discord. Link is in the bio. Completely free. We don't do things that cost money. The camera we're using today, all brought to you by the gifts and support of my fans. Appreciate you guys. You would not see me this clearly without you. But for the Cardinals, yeah, I think they go with a tackle. I think a tackle is the situation. And now I see you in the comments saying Tate to the Titans. I think Jeremiah Love to the Titans, bro. What I mean, if Jeremiah Love doesn't go to the Titans, he falls the whole way down to the Commanders, I think. Realistically. And in this situation, we could play a little wild child on this, so we will go with that. We're going to go Carnell Tate. They go with a receiver there. They need a receiver. I mean, let's be honest. Love to the Titans, Christian. It's highly possible they're going to go with one of the offensive elites, right? It's either going to be the best wide receiver or the best running back. that's just the route that they're going to go in this situation, I believe. Coming up for these Giants. Now the Giants, you'd be like, oh, what if they take Jeremiah Love? Well, I think they like Scatterbo, and I think they like Tracy, and I think they'll just keep Singletary around in that background. Yeah, Jay, it is high for Tate. I agree with you. It is high for Tate, but I think that might be the move. If I was the Giants, I honestly would probably be looking at Sonny Styles to be 100%, or Downs. That was another good call out. I see you guys say Downs in the comments there too. They lost most of their cornerback room. All of them went to the Titans. So Delaney, Mansour Delaney would also be a good answer here. But for the sake of the matter, I think probably the best guy in this draft has a little bit of concerns about his knee. But I think it is going to be Caleb Downs in this situation. You like Malachi Fields? So do I, bro. I like Malachi Fields as well. Real tall. I think I'm not gonna lie. He kind of maps out to be like Chase Claypool, though. That's who I have him being like. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna go Caleb Downs here in this situation. What up, Red? How you doing, brother? Short arms. I don't know that he's gonna fall that far to 47, brother. I don't think the short arms get him that low. The Browns. I could see the Browns either going with a Reuben Bain or a David Bailey to play on the opposite side of Myles Garrett. But I could also see them going tackle in this situation. You think that Dallas trades up for Sonny? Maybe, but maybe potentially. To be completely honest, just to keep it, I don't like to do trades in a mock draft because then it just, it throws the whole thing out for a loop. If I was to stay as the Browns in this situation, I really feel like they're either going to go Sonny or one of these two edge rushers. You think they go with McCoy? Oh, you're talking about Dallas there. Okay. Styles on the board. Love Styles on the board. Yeah, well, Styles is not going to be on the board now because we are going to end up taking him here. So now that gives them 2 years in a row taking a Mike linebacker in the middle. Sonny, a little bit more of a pass coverage guy. They obviously took the kid out of Clemson last year in the first round, or in the first pick in the second round. So now they've solidified the middle of the defense, and they obviously have a great defensive front already. Backfield a little bit wishy-washy. I could see Caleb Downs being a pick for the Browns as well if he was available. I do think that those two teams, though, the Giants and then the Browns, I think that they're definitely going to go defense. Now, if Carnell Tate was available, I could also see Carnell Tate going to the Browns. I honestly could see Carnell Tate being a Browns selection. They do need a top-tier wide receiver there. Is he the top-tier guy? Maybe. I don't know. I really don't like to judge Ohio State wide receivers until they get into the NFL because most of them end up blowing up and being really good. So I'm assuming he's going to be a number one threat wide receiver. I'm giving him like a Garrett Wilson vibe. But coming up here, we got Washington. I know that's my boy Terry's team here, one of my mods who's in the live here today. UCLA. Thank you, Christian. What did I say? Clemson. Yeah, I was off. My bad. But yeah, Washington, I think this is where Jeremiah Love falls. I think that if you add a great running back to Jaden Daniels' arsenal, I think the ability of that offense to score goes up significantly. You think they're taking Bailey, Jay? You think they would go defense in this situation? I don't. They paid, like $60, $70 million for Odafe Owe. Like they went and got an edge rusher already. There seems to be some problems with your live quality. Is it bad, guys? Is my live cutting out? Let me know. Yeah, you said no defense. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. This is coming from a Commanders fan himself. I think it has to be offense in this situation. Little laggy. Thank you, Jay. I've got a lot of streaming programs open. I think it might be messing with it a little bit. I apologize if it is messing up. Take Love. Yeah, I think so. I think so as well. Let's see. Let me check my live. Am I looking bad? Unoriginal or reproduced content. What are you talking about? I'm literally, dude, I swear I can't with TikTok. We might not be on TikTok anymore. I'm not kidding. What? Something else. This doesn't pertain to me at all. That is silly. Anyways, we're going to continue on. Screw the lack of AI ability to figure out what's going on or that I'm a real person sitting here. You're weird, TikTok. Honestly, I think you're going to get shut down. Anyways, moving on to the next pick, we're on to the Saints. I think Saints do go defense. I think they go defensive line as well. I think that most likely they're going to go either David Bailey or Bain Jr. In my personal take, I think they're going to take Bain Jr. over Bailey. I know Bailey's really fast, but I like Bain Jr. a little bit more as a pass rushing threat. That's why I'm going to go with him in this situation, which leads us up to the Chiefs, who have lost a ton in the cornerback room, right? They lost both of their starting cornerbacks. They traded one to the Rams, and then the Rams signed the other one in free agency. They lost a third one as well. So I think that this one is where Delaney Mansour potentially falls. I know that McCoy is also really good at cornerback, but I think Delaney is a little bit better than him. So that's who I'm going to take with the 9 pick. They replace that trade with this pick right here, and they do have another pick towards the end of the draft as well. Coming up for the Bengals. Bengals need defense as well. They missed so hard on their last first-round pick, right? I mean, there's a couple ways the Bengals could go with this. They could go with a cornerback. They could go with like a C.J. Allen at linebacker, and then they could also go with an edge rusher like David Bailey or a safety as well. Like anything would help them out. To be completely honest, any single defensive position would help them out. And because the best guy is still on the board, I think that's what they're going to do. They missed the mark on Shamar Stewart last year. They try to return the favor with David Bailey this year. So that's who I'm going with, excuse me, for the Bengals. Number 10, David Bailey, falls about 4 spots. He's sketty. They just lost Trey as well, Kristen. You're right. That is a good add to that situation as well. Now we've got the next team on the board. This is obviously the Miami Dolphins, who've traded away basically everything, have no money, don't really have any money to do anything. Do I see them going with one of these tackles? Yeah, that could be a premier option for them, given the fact that their entire team sucks. But I think they're the buyers on Mekhi Lemon. I think Mekhi Lemon, this is the buy here. I think they're going to end up taking him here. You could go Sadiq, but they don't have a wide receiver at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is Malik Washington, I think, is the number 1 wide receiver for them at this time. So, yeah, I think they have to attack the wide receiver room. And I think Malachi Lemon is just going to be the choice, given the fact that it is the emptiest position for them to attack in the first round. Now, Sadiq obviously would be a good option too. But does Darren Waller come back and play for them next year? Obviously, he's probably not going to travel to a different team, given the fact that he's about to retire. Also, seems to be rapping in Miami often, so I think Miami's just kind of a fit for him if he does come back. Can come back on a cheap deal as well, which I think he would do. You forgot that they traded Waller. Yeah, for sure. We like our guys, probably Dolphins head coach. Right, I get it now. I don't know why I was late to the show on that one, but yeah, that is hilarious. I'm not supposed to swear on here. Anyways, number 12, this is the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys, I could see them going a couple different ways. They could go McCoy. They could go Thieneman. I think it's defense. No matter what. McNeil Warren. I honestly like the pick that Kristen in chat is said here. Christian's got McCoy going here. And I think that that's probably the best option. The only other one that I could think would be Thieneman. But they did go ahead and sign the kid from the Cardinals this offseason to play safety. So let's go ahead and grab a corner there. I think that probably is the best bet. McCoy going 12 to the Cowboys. This now brings up the Rams with their 1 pick in the draft. They originally had 2. What could they go with here? I think it's got to be offensive protection. It's got to be protection for the guy who's only going to be staying for 1 more year. I think that is, without a doubt, the route. Whether it's Fano, he plays right tackle, or you could move over, and thank you so much for the roses, Red. I really appreciate it, brother. Or you could go with the left tackle, and I think that's the more likely situation in Monroe Freeling. I could see them going after him. This shores up the backside of Matt Stafford. I like this pick. That's where we're going with. Got a tackle going to the team that wants to protect their old man quarterback, who happens to be a baller. You think Simpson goes round 1, the Pitt or the Jets? I think there is a chance. I think my Pittsburgh Steelers actually might, for some reason, want to be the team that does that. I don't love it, but I mean, it is what it is, right? Anyways, Get Ty away from the Jets, Pink says. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure I love him, but the Jets do have another pick in the first round, and we did go defense on the first one. Geno Smith, the answer? I don't know. I don't think so. Coming up for the Ravens. Ravens in this situation, I think it's pretty easy to tell what the Ravens are going to go with. I think they need to go with a wide receiver. I think wide receiver is a big need for them. They could also go for a center or maybe an interior guard. They did sign John Simpson back from the Jets, so they did fill in the guard position decently. Center not really available here. Something you could pick in the second, third, fourth round. So I'm going to go with a wide receiver for him. Jordan Tyson. I think Jordan Tyson probably the answer. They're waiting for Derek Carr. CJ Carr. You mean you want Derek Carr to come play for the Jets, Pink? Is that what you're saying? I don't know who CJ Carr is. I'm not gonna lie. I think there are better QBs next year. I'd wait. Jay, I agree with you in that situation. I think there's a lot better quarterbacks. I don't think this quarterback class is really that great. If Trinidad Chanlis was in this, I would be begging for the Pittsburgh Steelers to go and be getting Chanlis. But unfortunately, I don't know. He, for some reason, was given the ability to go back because it goes to a Mississippi court, because that makes sense, right? A Mississippi court should be the one. Steven, what's up, man? Hey, man, how are you doing? Steve, I'm doing great, man. Sorry I didn't see your comment there. I hope you're having a great day. Let me get back into her, though. NDQB Brady calling him a baller. Dude, no. Like, look at this. Let's just stop for a second and take a look at this quarterback class. I'm not going to lie to you. I think Cole Payton might be one of the best ones sitting around here. And if Drew Aller has it, it matters if